dive down. It's a booby.
The booby?
Booby.
They're quite rare, aren't they? They're very rare in the UK.
In here, not rare.
Well, today's our last day on board before Seasons Explorer, before we start heading back to the airport, then back to Taipei, and then back to London. We're actually going to have obviously a day out of the water today, just to let our bodies recover before our flight. You need to do that, especially if you're diving. We're going to head out to Peleliu, which is where a big battle took place during World War II. It's just the island just in the back, just over here. So we're going to take one of the tenders and go over there and cycle around the island and learn a bit more about what happened out in this area. It's hard to imagine, you know, something like that going on out here. It's so peaceful. But yeah, it's interesting that, you know, as well as all the marine life out here, that it's the history and the culture. It's a really interesting place to come. So yeah, I'll tell you more about it once we get over there. It's illegal to do what? Explore the island for so many like booby. Just out for a cycle on Peleliu, all very calm, very little traffic, so very, very easy, but it's nice to be out sort of doing something, yeah, a little bit different. Very much of a quiet island feel. Oh, there's the one car passing you by. Yeah, just nice and calming. We're going to go and visit a few different the World War II sites that are around the island and understand a bit more about what happened here.
That rich, he killed himself in one of the cave. So he believes the whole operation that he was running here, whole operation depend on this. So it was well hidden, very, very difficult to identify what is going on, because the strange plane, it was nobody thought, okay, there will be somebody over there telling you, hey, the people are coming from here, and you're sending people. But General MacArthur, he was not a joke either. So the General Hardin, these people who are like a military, like a strong military people, they didn't come to the position with political connection, things like that. They work themselves. So they basically have a very beautiful mind. So they knew what's going on in the battlefield and they know what to do. You come here, you find, wow. Even this building there was also.
We've just driven out along the airfield and then came to the Japanese headquarters building, which is now, you know, derelict. We heard kind of all the stories. They sort of, yeah, lived there. This is the area now, Bloody Nose Ridge, where the Japanese would, it's behind me, where they would look out and then radio signals back to headquarters that have snipers around. So this is a way that a lot of the Americans died, because the Japanese were up here. Eventually just 19 Japanese survived after they had a fist fight, actually, which is why they call it Bloody Nose Ridge. Once the Americans did get up here, yeah, they defeated the Japanese. Now there's a memorial here from the Japanese behind me here. It is crazy to think what happened here was really nothing to do with the Palauans. It was just the location of Peleliu. They wanted to, you know, get back the Philippines, and this was, the rest of the area around the Philippines was kind of heavily sort of guarded. So Peleliu was the easiest way in. So that's why that battle happened. But the Japanese knew. so they sort of planned, set lots of mines, lots of traps. But yeah, for a small island, they kind of got involved without really wanting to be.
But there used to be thousands of graves going that way. This was a cemetery.
We're just walking down to Orange Beach, which is where the Orange team invaded Palau. Overall, 14,000 Japanese troops died, perished. They say about 2,000 Americans, but we think there was more.
Through into the island. So remember, when they came in different beaches, Orange Beach, White Beach, Scarlet Beach, all these beaches, they were like stuck on the beach for like sometimes like a week or two. So they decided to invade from this side because when the low tide goes, so this is all dry like a land. So and the reef is like a drop off. So the boats can easily come and dock there. So the soldiers, they can just jump off the boat and they can just run to their beach. So other side, if you check the map, you will find there are like a mangrove fields and things. So it is not easy for them to move. Since they had the strategy, Japanese troops also knew this is going to be the side they're going to start from, because the other side it won't be easy for them to move, so they can easily kill them. So this side, when they came here, they were stuck here without water. Did I see a bird in the water?
Yeah.
Dive down, it's a booby.
The booby?
Booby.
They're quite rare, aren't they? They're very rare in the UK.
In here, not rare.
Oh, in the UK you can get them. There was the brown booby or something.
Yeah.
In the UK.
Brown-footed booby. There are two actually. One was underwood. So it's now time to leave Palau. We're going to head back to the airport. Had an amazing 5 nights here on the Four Seasons Explorer. I'm obsessed with all the blues and the greens. The marine life has been spectacular, but some really interesting history and culture as well. The team here have been really hospitable, really looked after us really well, great food, lots of smiles, super helpful. So yeah, it's the kind of place that you're quite happy to stay here for another couple of days, just to kind of enjoy the boat, enjoy a few more dive sites. But yeah, it's time to head home and tell everyone all about it.